Welcome. I'm Baby Mohseni. I would like to welcome Denise Townsend from the Coquitlam Gogos. Welcome to being with us. Thank you so much. And please tell us about the Gogos in Coquitlam.
First of all, thank you very much for inviting me. I'm a member of the Coquitlam area Gogos group. Gogo is the Zulu word for grandmother. And we're a group that was formed 2 years ago on International Women's Day on the 8th of March 2006. Stephen Lewis put out a challenge to grandmothers across Canada to come forward and bond with grandmothers in Africa who were bringing up grandchildren who'd been orphaned by AIDS. When he was traveling as the United Nations envoy for HIV/AIDS, he was traveling through villages and communities in Africa, and he realized that when he came to areas, there was a generation missing. He saw older people and he saw children, and there was an entire generation that had been decimated by AIDS. And he realized that all these grandmothers were bringing up these grandchildren with little and no support. So he instigated and started out grassroots organizations. So instead of just sending large amounts of money to non-specific functions, he aimed at the community resources. A lot of funding goes to research, goes to big business, and he felt that nothing was going to improve the grandmother's plight as they were stuck with no resources, no funds, trying to bring up grandchildren. So this is what it started as grassroots organizations. The foundation gets approximately, I think, between 100 to 200 requests a month for funding for groups. They're all checked out by the foundation, and it's the people in the community who run them. We've cut through bureaucratic red tape. The funds go directly to organized groups that have been sorted out and promoted by the people on the ground who've put in a request. And in this way, we've made a major change to the way things have been delivered in support of the grandmothers in Africa.
What kind of support do you provide?
What kind of support? Well, there's several different things. One of the major ones is supporting grandmothers so they can earn, or we can provide funding to provide school uniforms for the children, paying for education for children to go to school. One example would be there's a hospice in the Zimba area where I'd actually worked in a hospital near there. There's a hospice there, and the Stephen Lewis Foundation provides funding for healthcare workers to go out into the villages, to go out to the homes, to care for the sick and to provide support. There's a desperate shortage, obviously, of physicians and medical support. So these workers are the only people who go out and visit in this area. And I think 4,000 visits were made last year to homes and taking food, medication, and helping out. That's one area of providing funding for, as I said, for bicycles, so as women can cycle and sell their produce more effectively in their wares in the marketplaces. And I know in Malawi, $90 funds a bicycle. And so basically we're aiming at providing nutrition, counseling for people whose grandmothers who are coping with having buried often several of their children and then are left bringing up grandchildren. And we provide counseling, support to them, support to people who are infected with HIV/AIDS so that they can go out and be supportive against the stigma in the community that exists for people who have this diagnosis.
Great. Do you accept donations as well?
Oh yes, we accept donations, and all the groups across Canada are always fundraising. So one of the things...
Tell us about your fundraising.
Well, in the Coquitlam area Gogo group, just a week ago we had a book sale and raised $1,200 selling old books. We also, at that particular venue, sold $500 worth of bags. So there's a group of half a dozen women in our group who sew bags and in tote bags. And in 2 years, we've actually raised $60,000. That's just a group of women here in Coquitlam sewing bags. It's quite amazing. Yes. We go out on speaking venues and speaking engagements in the community to raise awareness in the community, to raise funds. We'll speak often at community centers, at seniors' homes, anywhere we were asked. We will actually have a speaking team and we'll go out and speak and discuss the work the foundation's doing. We take bags to those venues and we'll sell bags there. And anywhere we get an invitation, the Christmas fairs, anywhere we go, we'll sell bags.
Do you have a sample of the
yes,
bags?
Yes, this is one particular. This is one here.
Beautiful.
We tend to they all follow a pattern. They have beads, and then they often have an African theme, although not necessarily always.
Thank you so much for being with us.
It was a privilege to be here and speak about the
I
venues.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching.